All right, I'm live. Welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities. My name is Rochelle, and I'm here to do a reading for fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or any other placements. You might have those in your chart. And even if you don't, there might be something in here for you. It's my intention. There's always something in here for everyone. And my readings are also timeless. So whenever you catch this is the right time for you. And I have chosen 3 cards from Wisdom of the Oracle, and I will be clarifying with some other decks. And I have let the universe choose a song for you. And the title of your song is Gold on the Ceiling. And I actually went in and looked at the lyrics on this. I didn't know them completely. I usually just sing whatever it sounds like. And it was really interesting actually, because there's a lot of misconceptions about what the lyrics actually say and what they mean. It was pretty funny. But ultimately I take it as kind of being aware of people showing up in a way that's not totally in integrity, somewhat unjustly, but being able to see through it and kind of using them in a way like, letting them think that they're getting what they want, but in reality, you kind of getting what you want kind of thing. But let's dive into the cards. maybe there'll be a little clearer message around that. So ultimately we start with message in a bottle, which is about seeing the signs. Seeing, the universe is always sending signs. Your higher power sending the signs in some way. Could be through your intuition, could be through song lyrics or a song title, or there's so many different ways, and really being open to that, because that's where you're going to get your clarity, your understanding. It helps you to read between the lines, to see deeper than something surfacey, because then we get to be fair and the fates in protection position, both of them. And it's like something, you're encountering some kind of situation, some person, something where it's out of your control, and there's something is unjust about it. And you don't have the ability to change this initial thing. However, you do have the ability to, because you're able to see beyond the surface, to read between the lines, you're able to understand the injustice and to take actions to right it. You could be advocating for yourself, standing up for yourself. You could be advocating for someone else. But ultimately, that's where your power lies, is in the writing of something, in correcting some situation that isn't great. And so with gold on the ceiling, it's like, this idea that, maybe someone comes in with less than, what's the word? They don't have the greatest intentions. They make you think they really like you, but really all they want is money, or, they want something from you, and not treating you fairly in that. And then you kind of seeing through it and like, well, okay, this person is showing up this way, but what can I get from them? Maybe, there's definitely kind of this sly um, kind of almost a fighting back, but in a very subtle way, where you're just like, okay, I'm going to turn the tables on them. And chances are they won't even realize it because they think they're trying to get one over on me. But I see clearly. So, yeah. All right. So let's go into the good tarot and clarify this a little bit. A lot bit. We're gonna do lots of clarification on this. Yeah, writing in something that's unjust, an unjust situation. It's those situations happen way too often. But that's, it's a part of the learning, and it's a part of, for those of us who really care about fairness and things being just, it allows us to stand in our power, to step into our power, to actually take back our power, or help someone else do that. You have the Fool, which is great. It's being open to something new, being willing to take a risk and a leap of faith, being very in the moment, enjoying whatever is right in front of you, even though something might be unjust, not letting it get you down. 8 of Fire. This can speak to swift forward movement. It can speak to literal travel, and communication as well. Some kind of messages, some kind of swift communication around something that's unjust, or moving forward swiftly. Once you see what's actually going on, knowing exactly what you need to do to move forward and fix something, or handle it. And 7 of Earth, being at a crossroads, needing to make some kind of decision, because ultimately you're faced with something that you don't have control over, but you do have control over your choices. And if you're seeing something that is not just, then that's you deciding to move in a new direction in some way. Okay. The Oracle Tarot. Let's see what this has to say. And by the way, thank you for liking and subscribing. Thank you for being here. And please feel free to comment if anything resonates. Love those comments. We have 10 of Wands. Put down your burden. If you're feeling upset about this situation, if it's getting you down, understand that your power lies in your ability to respond from a clear-headed, rational place, that you're gaining this clarity in order to allow you to close out a cycle. Sometimes we don't even realize what we're dealing with until we're faced with that moment of like, oh my God, suddenly I feel like, it's the straw on the camel's back. Like, you put up with it until you're done and you can't do it anymore. And it's just like, time to drop it, time to drop your burden so you can start from this new optimistic place, this new beginning. I think you're gaining some kind of clarity around something and you didn't see it before. Or if you did, you were kind of ignoring it. But then, sometimes there can be, it's very easy to miss the obvious when we're dealing with ourselves. But when we see it happening to another person, it's like, wait, what? No, 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 no. That's not cool. And that's when you're able to stand up because you can see clearly when it's outside of yourself, much more clearly. Challenges and problems. Yeah. Yep. There's some kind of challenges and problems that you're facing that have been a burden on you, for you, to you for a while. And I think this is a part of the messages coming in. You're getting the messages from your higher power, from the universe, about like actually seeing things for what they are. Reading between the lines. And your own power. Taking back your power. You have it in your power to make the decisions that are right for you. This is you choosing to go in a new direction. Knowing that, yes, something happened. Yes, it really sucks. But you're not letting it get you down. You're like, okay, I'm going to use this as understand that it's an opportunity and use it. You're going to use it to boost you forward in your life. You're dropping those burdens, or the burden in favor of, this is dropping all the wands and then picking up 2 of them and like, okay, I can handle the 2. I can allow them to light my way. It's about tapping into your intuition, seeing clearly. Yeah. Yep. All right, let's look at Wisdom of Avalon. Focus. Yeah, focusing on what you want versus what you don't want. Being able to focus on the correct direction to move in, the correct steps to take. Focusing on what's right in front of you. Allowing yourself to, to be the fool. To be kind of open to something new. This new focus allows you to be open to something new. The Wind Fairy, thoughts, words, intellectual analysis. Yeah. Yeah, you're really assessing whatever this thing is. It's you're having to analyze it and get to the heart of the matter and really understand. It's kind of putting your emotions aside for a little bit. It's the head over heart kind of decision making. Even though this may be something that you held on to for a long time because, your emotions were caught up in it, this is stepping back, putting down the burden, and seeing the truth of the matter. And the Cow, nourishment, abundance, asking, and receiving. Yeah, when you're advocating for yourself, when you're advocating for another, there is, maybe someone's asking for your help or you're asking someone else for help. And being willing to receive that help, that assistance, that new perspective, whatever it is. And this shift, this new beginning is going to lead you to abundance. The Fool kind of inherently knows that the world is abundant. And they this is you being the Fool and just being like, okay, I'm going to be in the moment, know that everything's going to show up for me in the right time when I need it. The Fool is very tapped in and into the synchronicity of things. My eye keeps being drawn to that 8 of fire, that swift forward movement, swift communication, knowing how to make that choice, knowing what choice to make, moving forward in a new direction. Yeah. All right, let's look at the Osho Zen. Osho Zen Tarot. Trust. Yeah, and this falls on the pile with the Fool. The Fool's all about trusting, knowing that everything's going to work out because the universe has your back. Trust that you'll get the messages that you need as you need them. Trust that you have the ability to receive those messages. I think this is you starting to open up to the messages, because we're always getting the messages. We're just not always aware of them. And this is knowing the universe has your back. Awareness. Yeah. Yep, you're gaining that clarity. You're gaining that awareness. You're kind of burning through the veil of illusion. And I think, I forget which card it is. It's either this one or the Fates in Protection talks about disillusionment and how it's actually really beneficial, because then you're able to see the truth. You're able to see beyond the illusion. And so, yes, it can be difficult. Truth is not always comfortable, but it does set you free. It does allow you to really see have that clarity, see what is actually I feel like I'm saying the same thing over and over again. Yeah, you're going into the core of something. And I think this situation is allowing you to step out of, if you were feeling trapped or unsure, burdened, once you burn this away, it's like it releases you. There's definitely a big releasing and surrendering, knowing that you're taken care of. Slowing down so you can see, maybe you've been really busy and you've been trying to keep all the wands and up in the air. You've been trying to hold everything up, and this slowing down is allowing you to gain that clarity, like, oh, maybe I don't have to hold all this. The slowing down is really good. It's really beneficial. And, the turtle is coming up to the water's edge, but it's like a rainbow. And the rainbow always speaks to me of diversity, of the full spectrum of a situation. And maybe before you were kind of only seeing one color, and now you're seeing all the colors. Okay. So where are we at? Ooh, doing good on time. I'm going to look at the rune cards. Curious what the rune cards have to say about this. Rune cards, defense. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yes. Your defense comes from being able to, I feel like, get up above the maze. That instead of trying to find your way through it, you're climbing out of it. So that you can see what direction to go in. The self. Yeah, you're on this journey. This could be this could be an inward journey, inward traveling, of really coming to terms with whatever you've been faced with, whatever you've been dealing with. Realizing that it always comes back to you. Whatever's not working in your life, whatever unjust situation you're facing, there's something in you that was allowing it, that was maybe even inviting it. And you're shining the light on it. It's like the sun coming. I kind of feel like the sun is rising here and illuminating things that hadn't been illuminated before, that you hadn't seen. And joy. Yeah, you're moving into this really amazing place because you're putting yourself first. You're advocating for yourself. You're standing up for what you know is right. And the natural byproduct of that is joy. Of just, we've got the God rays coming through the clouds. It's like the sun shining through the clouds. Because we have some of the clouds here as well. Excuse me. This situation, as I was saying, sometimes we're faced with things that are really uncomfortable, but they're actually really good for us because it allows us to see things in a new way. It allows us to gain a new perspective and to learn the lesson that's going to boost us. We couldn't have moved forward in our life if we hadn't had that experience, if we hadn't learned that lesson. And maybe joy was eluding you. And now that you see clearly, it's like, yes, the God rays shining down. Okay. I'm going to go to the Spirit Animal Oracle. Brown Bear Spirit. God, this card shows up so much. Take time out. Take time out, slow down. This is how you're going to gain this clarity, this ability to see past something, to see through the illusion, to break through the illusion, burn through the illusion. Take time out. You will get that clarity. Skunk Spirit, know your worth. Yes, you come first. Always, always. If something does not feel good, even it's, yeah, like if your intuition is like, this, I need to go in this new direction. I don't know if I'm saying this right. Ultimately, you come first. If you don't feel good, listen to that. Let that propel you forward in a new way. Yes. Because you're awesome. You're the only you in the whole world. And there's no one like you. And that makes you worthy. That makes you worthwhile. That means that you have something amazing and unique to bring to this world that nobody else does. There's a reason you were put here on the planet. And I think this is you coming to that place of owning it because of taking the time out. And Moth Spirit, I'm pretty sure I got this card for you last time. Surrender now. Surrender to what is. It's time to stop fighting what is happening, fighting against. It's the idea of rather than fighting against something, it's coming up with a solution for how to deal with it. Surrender, and that allows you, there's a lot of taking time out, surrendering, slowing down. That brings you to that awareness. That allows you to have the clarity to see, hear, know the messages. So it's good. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, getting through the cards quickly. So I'll just finish on the numerology deck. Time out. I love it when this happens. I love the cards. Oh my God. Yeah, time out. Take the time to gain the clarity, to rise up above the maze that you've been stuck in. So you can very easily see the way out. Healing. Yeah. You've been carrying a burden. It's been painful. You've dealt with challenges and problems. Has not felt good. There's pain. There's the Five of Swords. It's yeah. Like it says, challenges and problems, being treated unfairly, unjustly. And this is why you're needing to take the time out so that you can heal. This is what's allowing you to gain the clarity, to put yourself first for a change. Maybe you're not so used to doing that. Stop it. Cat's going after my toes. Completion. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Taking the time out and healing allows you to complete this cycle, to be able to put down this burden, to stop fighting against and start fighting for. I mentioned this in another reading recently. In one of I think it was the second of the newer Star Wars trilogies, Rose says to Finn, it's not about fighting against what you hate, but fighting for what you love. Something like that. And this is you coming to that place. I think this is very much about advocating for yourself. Understanding that a situation happened for you, not to you, and gaining that lesson. And putting down the burden, allowing it to close out. And that's ultimately leading you to abundance, nourishment. Ask for what you need from the universe, from the people around you. The people around you are provided by the universe. There's a reason they're there. People who love you want to help you. Ask and graciously receive. So, all right. I think that's good. I think we will leave it there. What a great reading. It's, we deal with stuff in life. It's not always fun, sometimes quite painful, but as I keep saying, there's a lesson in here that is going to boost you to this new phase in your life, put you on this new path, and you're going to be so much better for it. And you will get to this place of joy. If you're not there yet, you will. Trust. All right. Thank you. That's it. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you being here. And yeah, again, if this resonates at all, please leave a comment. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day and tomorrow, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you on the next video. Mwah. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe.